Hey guys, it's Mackenzie. Welcome back to my channel. So today we have a ship with me video. Today is Monday, October 21st, and this is going to show my weekend sales. So this morning, Poshmark did send out another email saying that they will be reverting back to the original fee structure, meaning that they will take out a 20% platform fee for any sale above $15. I personally am not super happy with this decision, but I will continue to sell on Poshmark. I have always been of the mindset that it's not worth it to get worked up or upset or too bent out of shape over anything that you can't control. And I recognize that I choose to sell my items on the Poshmark platform. So, I am at the mercy of whatever decisions that they choose to make. It is their platform, and if they want to change the fee structure, then that's just something that I kind of have to go along with whatever they do. But at the same time, I wish that they would have done things differently. I think that if they were going to make a change like that, they should have thought about the timing of it, been more mindful of the timing. They tried out this new fee structure during a time where the southeast part of our country was undergoing major hurricanes, and there's an upcoming election. They also did it days before Amazon, which is the biggest retailer in the country, had one of their biggest sales days. And a lot of people allocate a certain amount of money towards certain retailers or certain places each month, and so maybe a lot of people allocated a couple hundred to Amazon for their spending, for their kind of extra spending for the month of October, and they didn't want to shop on Poshmark. So I think there were so many other reasons or so many other variables that could have attributed to slower sales that we were seeing after the change in fee structure took place. And a lot of resellers I was hearing were having slow sales across all of their selling platforms. So that just kind of backs that up. I think that if they were going to make such a big change like that, I just wish that they would have given it more time to see how it really affected sales, because the sales that I did have, my sales did slow down, but again, in my last Ship With Me video, when I talked about this, I mentioned in the comments that I attribute it to the hurricanes. I know me personally, I was super distracted by them happening. I was very concerned for, everyone that was going through that. And I didn't want to shop online. I wasn't in that mood at that point. And so, just for a couple weeks to try it out, I think that was just, it should have been a longer period of time, and it should have been rolled out when it had a higher likelihood of maybe doing well. And the sales that I was making an extra $5 per sale, sometimes up to an extra $20 per sale. Per individual sale, I was making an extra up to $20. And that is huge. That is revolutionary for my business when you think about that long term, for all of the years that I will be reselling in the future. That would have been hundreds of thousands of dollars more for my business potentially, and that could have changed my entire life. So I think it's something that it was a very, very big change, and it should have been handled with a lot more intentionality and a lot more thoughtfulness, I guess you'd say. I think that with them changing it back so soon, it just looks kind of messy now. And yeah, I don't know. Obviously I will still be selling on Poshmark, but this does make me reevaluate my business. I think that I should not only be selling on a platform that is going to make changes like this so flippantly, I guess you'd say. So just kind of off the cuff, it seems like that really does not instill security in me for the platform. It does not give me confidence to continue selling there long term. I think that this was just a big wake-up call for me to diversify my platforms and add more platforms. So we'll see what happens with that. But for now, let's go ahead and just get into our sales for this weekend. I do kind of need to hurry. I'm running a little bit behind. So we had 3 sales over in my men's closet, which is more sales than I've had in my men's closet in a weekend in a very, very long time. I typically have like 1 or 2 sales there a month. And so, I mean, this is a prime example that, you know, even with the new fee structure, I still made way more than average sales in my men's closet. This is a pair of Lululemon navy athletic pants in a size extra, extra large. I picked these up in Austin, Texas a few months ago for $1.30 at their Goodwill outlets. I listed them at $40. Someone offered me $34. I did accept that. My earnings came out to $29.32. And my profit was around $28 on these. So yeah, I am going to immediately miss that extra return I was seeing in my earnings when the fee structure goes back. Okay, next up we have a bundle. I have not had a bundle in my men's closet in maybe ever, so this was kind of exciting. Usually people just buy items outright or individually. So this is Packed brand organic cotton jogger pants. I also picked these up in, actually all of the men's items that I will be showing you I got in Austin at their bins a few months ago, so I'm not sure why this is all selling right now. This second and last piece in the bundle is this vintage Christian Dior floral printed button down casual short sleeve shirt. Really cute. So the bundle for these two came out to $66. I was offered $40. I did go ahead and accept that because I have had these items for a little bit, like I mentioned. And the pack joggers do have some light signs of wear. So yeah, I accepted $40. My earnings were $34.80. I also accepted the $40 offer because I have a little bit more wiggle room currently before they change the fee structure back, because my earnings are a little bit higher. Before, with the original fee structure that we're going back to, my earnings would have been $32, but they were $34.80. So I made an extra almost $3 on this bundle. So, you know, I was able to accept a little bit of a lower offer because of the change. But anyways, my total profit for these 2 pieces came out to $32. Okay, lastly for men's, we have this Arc'teryx red graphic printed long sleeve shirt. Again, I grabbed this at the Goodwill outlet in Austin. It's a size extra, extra large. Arc'teryx is a huge Bolo brand for you guys. Their jackets and outerwear, more substantial pieces, do sell for more. But anything, especially if it has the brand like this t-shirt does, will sell well. So I had this listed around $35. You know what? Courtney over at Magnolia Thrifts showed me a new way to fold my paper. So instead of folding it over, she said to fold it in and then fold it so that you only need a small piece of tape to keep it closed. So thanks, Courtney. Shout out for that. But yeah, I listed this Arc'teryx shirt at $35. Someone offered me $24, which I accepted. My earnings were right at $20. I paid about $1.30 for this, and so my profit was like $18.60. Okay, moving on, we have a 3-item bundle. This is in my women's closet now. First off is this Matilda Jane layered top. It's a little bit of a longer length, size large. I actually grabbed this on Dollar Day at the Family Thrift Center outlet, which is every Monday. Every Monday, everything in the store is $1 per item. I actually think I will be going over there later today to see what I can find. I also found this piece on Dollar Day. It's Chico's size 2 loose knit lime green long line sweater top. Really nice for transitional weather. You could just layer this over a camisole. You know what? I think I'm gonna pack this one. So this is J. Jill, size extra large, gingham printed button-down shirt. I grabbed this one from the bins, but I probably also paid $1 for this one. It's very lightweight individually. So yeah, we love a low cost of goods. I was thinking this one would be less bulky than the sweater, but I think they're about the same. So the buyer added the 3 of these items to a bundle, and I sent her a $65 offer, which was accepted. My earnings came out to $57.45. I paid $3 for everything, and so my profit was around $54.45 on this bundle. Let me just wrap this one real quick. So yeah, I mean, you know, it is what it is. I'm not someone that's going to just get so bent out of shape by whatever. I tend to just kind of roll with the punches, but I do just wish that this was more thoughtfully done. And like I said, it does just kind of leave a bad taste in my mouth because, you know, it lowers my confidence with Poshmark. I don't like that they seem to be willing to make these kind of rash decisions without, you know, taking the time to see how it really affects. I think it was rash of them to make the fee change in the first place, especially during the time that they made it. And then I think it was kind of rash to change it back without seeing how it actually affected people's sales long term. You cannot figure anything out with just a couple weeks of change. I mean, like I said, there's so many other variables that could have contributed to or even caused the slower sales. And, you know, with, like I was saying, such a huge possible impact on my business going forward, I would have loved for them to have actually seen, you know, what kind of impact it would have made. Okay, now we have a really exciting sale. This is a Tucker Nuck dress. The brand is Hyacinth House, which is a Tucker Nuck house line. This is so pretty, a green floral print. I just picked this up at the bins recently, so it sold super quickly. Within, I believe, it was the same day I listed it, so that was really exciting. And it sold for full price. It sold for $145, which made my earnings $132 with 21 cents. I paid around $250 for this, and so my profit was right around $130 on this dress. Okay, this is the last, maybe, I will talk about the fee changes in this video. I'm sure you guys are kind of overhearing about it, or maybe you're not. Maybe you do want to discuss it. If you have an opinion on it, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. I feel like I've gotten whiplash just getting thrown around with all these changes. I am going to wrap this dress in a plastic bag because it did sell for $145, so I just want to take that extra precaution here. If I had sold this before they decided to change the fees, I would have made my earnings would have been $116. But with the change, my earnings came out to $132. So that's a difference of $16 on this one sale. And I mean, when you multiply that by hundreds and thousands of sales over the years, that adds up like crazy. Okay, we have time for just a couple more sales, and then I need to run down to the post office. Next up, we have this H&M striped long line shirt. So I also recently got this from the bins. It sold within a couple days. Even though this is just H&M, a very closet staple piece that did retail for less, I still did want to get it from the bins because it does have a lot of sellable factors to it. First off, it's a size extra large. It is all natural materials, being linen and cotton. It's also a long line cut, kind of like a boyfriend cut, and a lot of people like that extra coverage. It also looks brand new. It's a classic pinstripe print. So you could dress this up and wear it to the office with some trousers, or you could wear it with like boyfriend jeans for a more casual look. So yeah, a lot happening with this. I did still want to get it. I do like to stock my closet with closet staples, even if they do retail for less, because they tend to sell very quickly, which this one did. I listed this at $22. I was offered $14. I did counter that to $18, which was accepted, making my earnings $14.40. I paid a couple dollars, and so my profit was $12.40 on this top. Okay, I think our last sale before I run down to the post office is going to be this J. Jill loose knit poncho top. Really pretty. Again, this is from that same binge trip, and so it sold within just a couple days of being listed, which we love. J. Jill honestly sells so well for me, depending on the piece. I knew this one would do well. Ponchos across the board perform so well. This is great for transitional weather. It's like a lightweight layer, but you still have that breeziness with the loose knit. It's a neutral color, so you know it does appeal to a wider audience than if it were like a hot pink. And I did add in a ton of keywords: beachy, boho, contemporary, minimalist. I even said fall, winter, transitional weather. This was a full price sale at $35. My earnings came out to $30.38, and my profit was $28.38. Okay guys, I'm back from the post office, so let's go ahead and finish out our sales. We now have a 3-item bundle. First piece is this pair of Urban Outfitters velvet high-rise boot cut cropped length pants. These are pretty bread and butter, but I wanted to get them because with them being velvet and a black pant, I think they are a great fall staple. Second piece is this New Tags J. Crew Factory dress. I don't always pick up J. Crew Factory because it does retail for less than the main J. Crew line. You know if it's factory if it has 2 little dots underneath the J. Crew brand name. But this was New Tags. It retailed at $80. It has a fun leopard print, and it is a wrap style, which, similar to ponchos like I was mentioning earlier, wrap cut dresses sell very, very well for me. So I did want to get this, and again, it is great for fall time with the orange leopard print. You could wear this to the office, or you could wear it with just some sandals and wear it to brunch. Third and final piece in the bundle is this Altered State floral printed dress. Really cute. I grabbed this on my Family Thrift Center Outlet's Dollar Day. It has a high neckline with a little ruffle, long sleeve with elastic, or no, just a little ruffle at the wrist, keyhole opening in back. Really cute. More fun fall time colors here. Again, I don't always get Altered State, but if the piece is a little bit more substantial like this dress, it has long sleeves, it's a good print, it was in excellent condition, I will get it, especially on Dollar Day. So the bundle price for the 3 of these came out to $76. I was offered $63, which I did accept. That made my earnings $55.47, and my profit around $50 on this bundle, which I'm happy with. I'd say I've had the Altered State dress for a couple months now, but the other 2 items, the J. Crew Factory wrap dress and the Urban Outfitters velvet pant, I recently listed, so those were very fast sales. I did list the Altered State dress in summertime, and it is long sleeves and more of a fall color, so I'm thinking that's why it sat for a little bit. It is still so toasty here in Houston. It was 92 degrees outside at the end of October when I got in my car earlier today. So we are ready for some cooler weather here. Now we have yet another 3-item bundle. The first piece is this Anthropologie Pilcrow sweater vest, which sold so quickly. I knew that it would. It's a wool blend. It has a black cat on the front. This is so fun for like spooky season, Halloween. And yeah, it's a really substantial piece, being a thicker knit and a good fabric blend. The graphic print, anything novelty print is always going to up the value on something. It's a great brand, Anthropologie, very trending brand, great size, and really good condition. Also, the seasonality. This retailed at $150. I listed mine, I want to say at like 60-ish. Second piece is this Madewell plaid blouse top, long sleeves. I have had this for a couple months, but again, it was listed in summertime. And this is a plaid printed long sleeve top, so I'm not surprised that it sat for just a little bit. This one I've only had listed for a couple weeks now. It is a 100% silk rails button down blouse top. Really pretty. This probably retailed for, I would guess, $250. Rails is so expensive retail. It's a really nice olive green color, which I learned from Jack and Ryan's trend report that olive green is one of the most trendy colors this fall time. So I have been keeping my eyes peeled for olive green items, especially if they have a lot of sellable factors to them, like this top being 100% silk. And again, a trending brand, Rails. I don't pick up all Rails, but definitely was not going to skip on this. So when the 3 of these were added to a bundle, the price came out to $105. I was offered $75. I did counter that to $95, and they countered me back to $85. I did accept that $85 counter, but this is a good example of something that I would only have accepted with this current fee structure that they changed to, because my earnings on this were still $75.89, but when they go back to the 20% fee structure, my earnings would be $68. So yeah, that's an extra, what is that, $8? Yeah, that's an extra $8 that I made on the sale with accepting the $85 counter. So I would have been way less likely to have accepted the $85 counter with the 20% fee structure. So yeah, that just shows you that the current fee structure, the 5.99% plus however many dollars, definitely gave me more wiggle room to accept a little bit lower offers and counter offers. Because my earnings were higher. My earnings were $75.89 on this bundle. I paid about $5, and so my profit was $70 on this bundle, which honestly I'm still happy with. Like I said, I have had that Madewell plaid top for a couple months now, so I was ready to move it out. The Rails silk green blouse did have a small spot on the back of one sleeve, so it was a flawed item. Okay, now we have a sleeveless pullover hoodie top by the brand ATM. I can put what this brand stands for, or what the abbreviation stands for, on the screen. It's a man's name. It's a pretty decent brand, I would say. Some pieces definitely sell better than others. I would for sure say they're higher quality materials and more substantial pieces. So if this had been like a cashmere long sleeve hoodie, I think this would have sold for $75 to $100, but with it being short sleeve and 100% cotton, this did sit for a bit. I did get it from the bins though, so you know, with it being a good brand, I did want to get it. Camo print, is also, I think, always going to be a pretty trendy print. And the condition was really good. It looks brand new. So I listed this at $33. I got an offer of $20. I have had this for, I would say, about a year now. And so I did want to accept that $20 offer. My earnings were $16.20 and my profit was around $15 on this piece. So I'm happy with that. That's honestly kind of what I expected when I picked it up, for it to sit for a while and then make back $15 to $20 in profit. These pieces that kind of have juxtaposing seasons to them always tend to sit for me. Like, what I mean by that is that this is a hoodie, but it's sleeveless. So, you know, when you think of a hoodie, you think of fall, wintertime, warmth. But with it being sleeveless, you know, you think of that more summertime. So, yeah, conflicting seasons within one item always tend to sit for me, just because I think it's a very specific type of weather that you can wear that piece in instead of just year-round kind of thing. Okay, now we have a full price sale, which we absolutely love. This is by the brand Celeste, which I had never heard of when I found this scarf at the bins, but I did get it because it's 80% wool and 20% cashmere. So the number one reason was the fabric blend. I also did really like the pointel knit throughout. I think that's really pretty and feminine. And the red color is perfect for upcoming holiday time. So yeah, this is an accessory that I am thrilled to find at the bins and throw into my cart. I probably paid like $1 for this individually. It's very lightweight, but it's a really substantial piece with the material content and, like I was saying, the color, the style. It was flawless. This had no flaws to it. It sold full price for $28. My earnings came out to $23.85. And my profit was around $22.85. So, I mean, as you can see throughout this video, I have had several full price sales. We have another one coming up. And so, you know, I think if buyers were truly just totally put off by the added processing fee or whatever they were calling it, you know, they would not be making full price sales. They would be offering and counter offering and going back and forth over and over. But I still had not only consistent sales, but full price sales throughout this whole time of the change. And I know that some of you may say, well, you know, you have a YouTube channel and so your items get so much more exposure. And to that, I say that is true. Basically, my thing is, you know, having a YouTube channel, I am able to list so fewer items because I just don't have the time. You know, YouTube is so demanding of my time. I have to film for hours. Each video I film, you know, it's at least an hour's worth of footage, and then editing takes me 5+ hours on most videos, sometimes 3 to 5 hours. Then I have to, you know, make the thumbnails, make the titles, get everything listed. I do like to reply to all my comments. You know, that takes time. So all of that time that I'm doing all of that, I could be allocating to listing 2 to 3 times the amount of listings that I, you know, could be putting up. And so if you don't have a YouTube channel, you know, you could get so much more listed, which the profit from all of those extra listings, I think, would far exceed what I make by, you know, my big picture of what I make. I mean, yes, the items that I list do sell very quickly, but I need them to sell quickly because I'm listing so much less, basically, with the amount of time that I have. So I think that it's easy to pick something to blame for why your sales were slower. Oh, my sales are slower because I don't have a YouTube channel and whatever. But my thing is, you know, if you just use that time that you are, you know, leaving comments saying that your sales are so slow and having this like you know, very negative attitude about sales picking up, and you just redirected that into shopping more and listing more. And I can guarantee that, you know, that would pay off for you. That time and energy that you're putting in would pay off for you. So, I mean, you know, it is frustrating for me to hear that my sales are only good because I have a YouTube channel, because my response to that is, yes, my sales are good, but I need them to be good because I have a YouTube channel and because my YouTube channel takes up so much time. So, you know, I hope this makes sense. I think it made sense. I'm pretty sure it made sense. But anyways, moving on. That's just kind of my 2 cents on that. I think that, you know, honestly, I could stop doing YouTube and list, like I was saying, 2 to 3 times as much as I'm listing now. And I'm confident that I would be making more money overall. But I do enjoy doing YouTube. I do enjoy, you know, interacting with you guys. I love reading your comments. This is kind of my creative outlet. You know, I'm definitely more of a creative person. And so the monotony of shopping and listing and measuring and steaming and listing, that gets, you know, overwhelming for me, and I get burned out really quickly. So I like that YouTube breaks that up. I also like feeling like, you know, I'm providing helpful information to other people and helping them grow their business. That brings me a lot of happiness. So there are a lot of reasons as to why I do YouTube, and it's not because, you know, I'm just making tons and tons of money from it. It is, you know, it is something that I could easily stop doing and focus all of that time towards just listing. So I do want to add that in. I hope that provides some insight into my thought process on the whole. Like, people who do YouTube make so much more money with reselling, because I just don't think that's true. Unless you have someone who, you know, you have a lot of people on the operation. I'm just speaking from, you know, a 1-person job. I'm having to do all the editing. I'm having to do all the listing. So if you could allocate to different places, then yes, that's a different ball game. But for me personally, I know that across the board, it looks pretty much the same if you have more time to list, is all I will say. Okay, now we have a skirt. This is a really fun skirt that I picked up recently at the Houston Goodwill outlet. So another fast sale here. This was so cool. I could not leave it behind. It's like a color block, or mixed media, I guess you'd say, because it's different materials, denim and suede. I was sure to add in keywords like 90s, Y2K. This is true vintage. It is from the 90s, I do believe. The brand is Newport News. And yeah, I was excited to find this. I did add a ton of keywords. I listed it at 32, and someone offered me 27 within just a couple days. I accepted. My earnings were $22.81, and my profit was right around $20 on this skirt. So that was pretty much exactly what I was hoping for from this. Now we have another 3-item bundle. First is this really pretty Lauren by Ralph Lauren navy button front blazer in a size extra large. It's a knit blazer. This is so nice. Someone actually gave this to me at the bins. It was a guy who just walked up and told me that he only sells men's clothing, not women's, and asked me if I wanted this, and I was really excited to accept. It's in excellent condition. So yeah, this was such a solid pickup. I have had this now for, I would say, like 6 to 9 months. This was recently relisted. I'm not sure why it sat for so long, but I was hoping that it would sell once the weather started cooling down, which it did. So we love that. Okay, so this is our first piece, and then secondly, we have this Feathers by Talani open front duster cardigan piece, kimono, with a velvet floral print. It's one size. This is really pretty. It has the velvet texture outside, and then it's lined with a t-shirt material, so very comfy. You have that dolman sleeve there. This I grabbed from the Family Thrift Center outlet, I would say like 3 to 4 months ago. It has been relisted. I think that is why it's sold now. These pants, however, did sell very quickly. They are Old Navy Active, which I do like to pick up if it's a pretty substantial piece, which I would say these are. They are the Stretch Tech Quick Dry Pants in a size extra large. Really nice khaki color, full length pant, like a jogger pant. And these, I want to say, were from 2023. So a newer piece, excellent condition. I got these on Dollar Day. So yeah, a great find there. And when the 3 of these were added to a bundle, the Ralph Lauren blazer, the pants, and the Tolani kimono, I was offered, oh, the bundle price came out to $93 when the 3 were added to a bundle, and I was offered $84. I did accept that. My earnings were $75.29. I paid $5 for everything, and so my profit was right around $70 on this bundle. I'm going to grab my $10.95 box. This is my go-to box for larger bundles, like 3-item bundles, I'd say, or like a sweater and a pair of shoes. I do have all of my boxes and envelopes linked down below. I order them free from USPS.com. They come straight to my door. You know what? I might need to weigh this box, so I will do that after I'm done filming. It might be right at 5 pounds. Okay, next up we have a genuine suede bralette or bralette top from Forever 21. So even though this is just Forever 21, it is genuine leather and it's a size small. It looks brand new. I picked this up at the outlet in Austin. My average cost of goods that trip were $1.30, but this probably cost me $0.25. It's so lightweight, and their pricing is so cheap there. So I obviously had to get this. I listed it at $22. Someone liked it, and so my PosherVA sent them out a $19 offer. That was accepted, and so my earnings were $15.35, and my profit was around $14 on this top. Grab some more envelopes here. I absolutely love tossing lightweight accessories into my bag at the bins. It really just adds a little bit extra in profit per trip. And it's also super easy to photo and list these items. Like I didn't have to seam that. I didn't have to measure that. And so yeah, that really cuts down on time spent listing, processing and listing. Okay, now we have another full price sale. This is by the brand Eloquii, which is a plus size brand. Really cute, size 26, 28 tunic top. I can add a stock photo of how this is meant to be worn because it is super cute. It has like a tie, really soft, stretchy jersey knit material. This was another bins find. I have had it, I would say 6 to 9 months also, so this was recently relisted. You guys know I'm a huge advocate for relisting. It really helps your items sell, your older items sell. So even if something has 20 likes, if you've had it for months and months, I would highly encourage you to relist it because those 20 people have not, you know, pulled the trigger and sent you an offer, and chances are if you relist it, it will be seen by someone that may actually want to, you know, go through the steps of purchasing it. I do all my relisting using PosherVA with just the click of one button. I type in every day that I want 30 or so items relisted and press go, and it does all the work for me. It goes in, transfers all the old photos and titles and descriptions into new listings and gets them live. It also shares my closet every single day, multiple times per day. sends out offers constantly while I am doing other things in my business. So I could not run my business without PosherVA. I do have a discount code if you'd like to try it out. It's Mcthriftzie20. Highly, highly recommend it. Okay, lastly for today, we have a skirt by the brand Zara. This is a very trendy little pickup here. I couldn't pass this up with it being a skirt in excellent condition. I love the distressed details, the light wash. I listed this at $28. Someone offered me $20, which I did go ahead and accept. This probably only retailed for like, I would say max 40 to 50 from Zara, probably a little bit less. And so I thought 20 was a fair offer. My earnings came out to $16.22, and my profit was 14 on the skirt. So that was everything that I had to ship out today. Please feel free to let me know your thoughts about the switch back to the 20% platform fee. I'm very curious and anxious to hear what you guys have to say. You know, I think I already kind of made it clear how I feel about it. My main point is that I wish that Poshmark learned something from this. I hope that they are more mindful with decisions that they make in the future and really think them through. And I hope that when they do, if and when they do make changes in the future, I hope that they see them through. You know, they made the change for a reason, and so, you know, it's worth it to give it a fair shot and see how it actually changes things for the better or for the worse. And you can only do that by, you know, looking at the data and looking at the numbers long term is my whole point. This was, you know, they should have looked at this long term if they were going to make that change. That's the only way to determine how it affects sales is my point, when, you know, outside variables are not affecting it. So yeah, with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy, please feel free to leave me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys soon. Bye, y'all.